So from when I was born, why I was not with the luxury of unconditional love, because my mother always told me that she will love me regardless if I can be a doctor. As long as I'm a doctor, she will love me regardless. So I feel like as long as I have this doctor card, I'm invincible, guys. I can do anything. I can get away with murder as long as one day I'll be a doctor. So the years came. It was I was 17, and one of my friend came over and he bought the car. It was kind of cool to have a friend who have a car. There's not many people have friends with a car at 17. I mean, the guy got the car from his grandma. His grandma let him borrow the car, but still, it is something. I know a guy with a car. So then he came and he parked it. And so the the apartment that I live in at the time, it was kind of small, so you could park your car and then you could reverse it out. Wouldn't be a problem. But this guy, he thought that'd be a good idea to make it a little bit more efficient by do a 3-point turn. Now, 2-point turn would be stretching it. 3-point turn, definitely stretching it. So I was in the kitchen and then I heard noise and I ignored it. And I heard more noise, ignored it. And then he came in, he said, well, I'm in a pickle right now. I can't get out. So I came out. And yeah, in the way that he positioned the car, it doesn't seem like he could get out. So can we pivot it? We could. So we tried to pivot the car, and then we got to the point that we could get out, but that would leave some memory mark on the car. So now, as long as I be a doctor, I can get away with this. So I'm like, it's okay. I got this. And so he got out, and there was a mark. So I said, I got this. I got some red nail polish. Let's pimp this things up. And so we brought out the red nail polish to pimp this car. The drive back to his grandma either didn't say anything or just didn't notice. So we got away with that one. He thought it'd be a good idea to teach me how to drive the car. Now that should be some red flag, because a guy who doesn't know how to back out of an alley, you should never take driving lessons from him. And also the second red flag is I was having no desire to learn how to drive ever at this point in my life. If I was become a doctor, I would have my own chauffeur. I wouldn't have to worry about driving a car. Driving a car is for common people, and I'm not a common people. I have a pass from my mom. I can get away with anything. So anyway, he said that it'd be a good idea for me to learn how to drive because that would signal that I'm an independent woman. So we got in the car. Now this is a red nail polish car. And then he kind of showed me how to use the reverse and how to park and whatnot. And that was all talk. And to me, it was just blah, blah, blah. To him, it was a very comprehensive how to. To me, it was just do this, blah, blah, do that, blah, blah. So he's like, you got this? Got this. So he said, reverse. And I was like, I thought I did reverse, but what I did instead was just hammer on the gas and the car go all the way, hit his grandma's garage door. Grandma came out with on the curly hair, color, the typical, and she went, what's wrong? And we said, well, there's some red nail polish on the car. So grandma said, should I tell your dad to him? And we were like, well, how much can we make this go away? I can be a doctor. and so, long story short, we said we're gonna go and pay $500 Now, $500 back then was like 500K to me because I didn't have any money whatsoever. So then grandma said that it will be okay and that we will be able to have our life back as long as we agree to do community service, aka come and mow the lawn for the next 5 years. And that is how she got a good deal out of us. And that is how my teen spirit keep going. And for now, as long as I can one day become a doctor, I still have that invisible thought